It's gorgeous and sunny today. Got the moon out, the sun out. Moon on the left, sun on the right. It's quite convenient with, you know, dark and light and all that stuff that's going on at the minute. Yeah, I'll just wait and see if a few people come in. This isn't going to be a long chat. I need to do my nails tonight, because I'm going to be doing a long chat tonight on energies and like I said, the occult, nothing hidden there. People want to look back in my past on YouTube. I've spoke about this before and used to do chats called Witchy Wednesday, so transparent, nothing hidden. Don't have to be a rocket science to see that I've been talking about stuff in the past, so, you know, that's all there. But I'll just see if anyone comes in, as people will be watching. We will see. There's a lot of this going on at the minute. Grey area. Can sit there. And I've got some cards to read out that I pulled before. Hey Carla, hey Unearthed. So, like I said, the chat tonight's going to be a big chat. It's not on anybody. If anyone's getting the wrong end of the stick, it's on energy and something I personally want to talk about, which is my truth, nobody else's. But that's for tonight. It'll be a good chat as well. And some of you may resonate, some may not. But I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come in, because this came in the other day and I thought I need to show people and draw it out to explain. And I did get a person doing it, a friend, and they did say they did it. But when they did it, it upset them. 7 tonight. I'm coming early because I haven't got little legs, so I can come early because it's going to be a long chat. And it upset them. But it's good to be upset, because this is how we look at ourselves. And sometimes people don't want to look at themselves. But this is all about working on ourselves and self-development. So I was trying to say to my friend, it's okay. Hi, Indigo Rays. It's okay to get upset about it. And they said they did, but I said, but that's a good thing. Now you can release it. And then you can let it go. So my friend did tell me they did. They looked at it. Then they were trying to work out what it was. And I sort of said, maybe it's this. I'm not saying it is, but maybe it's this. And the person agreed with me. I'm not going to say what it was about. Hi, Crystal Fizz. Top of the morning to you as well. I just watched an Infinite Waters. I've just seen the Infinite Waters. Exactly synchronicity of what's going on in the world right now within people. You know, people doing all this stuff, wanting to shout certain things out about other people. I'm not shouting out about anyone. I'm just saying what has been going on. Not trying to tell anyone is something. It's just one of them. But it is what's going on in Infinite Waters. I've just done a really good chat, and it was on the rappers, the industry, because we know the rappers aren't the real, you know, hip-hop's real, but rap is not, and we know why, because they try to invert everything, which we know this is going on. That'll be a bit in the chat tonight as well. But you see, it's going on everywhere. And this is a bit of what I'll be talking about tonight as well, because people are not realising there's lots of energies everywhere. Energy is everywhere. It's within us. It's around us. It's the planets. It's the plants. It's everything. So sometimes people think thoughts that something's coming in and it's not. Sometimes you are tapping into energies around you. Doesn't mean it's always you, you know. But there's insidious energies about as well that isn't always you. So you've got to be very careful where you bring them into. Did you say 7? Yes, 7. Cool beats, I will be there. Yeah, 7. I'm coming on early because I know it's going to be a long chat. And it's not a chat about anybody else. It's a chat about me. And where I've come to the point of looking back again and thinking, oh yeah, future proves past sort of thing. Which sort of goes into the chat now. That's why I'm going to split it. If this chat's not going to be a long one, because I've got stuff to do. But it just breaks it up a little bit for tonight. And then, obviously, I'm going into the occult chat tonight, which will be rather interesting. So, yes. So, like I said, we all know shit's going down. We all know energy's flying about everywhere if anyone's actually doing the research. We all know we get energies coming from everywhere, fired at us everywhere. And we all know as well that's not always us. It's just other things going on, and you've got to realise who you are, basically. It's all self-development, soul retrieval, whatever you want to talk about. I've talked about this before. So anyway, I think I will go into the timeline thing, and then I'll show you the cards that came out and stuff. So I don't know when it was, but the other, I don't know if it was it might have been on my birthday. I wasn't sleeping particularly well. A lot of people have reported about that as well because of Mercury retrograde and all that sort of stuff going on. Planetary energies hitting us. Doesn't mean the rulers though. You don't have to let them rule, you just have to know what sort of energies are coming in at certain times and certain days. It's Moon Day today, it's Monday, Moon Day. You know, we get a lot of things coming in for that. Hang on 1 minute. I did put up on Instagram today. What did I write out today? I wrote out Moon Day, instinct. Moon connecting to instinct and protection. The moon governs physical, emotional, instinct, familiarity, maternal, nurture, intuition. I can never say this word, cyclical cycles, you know. Nature, rhythms and rituals, and security. So you've got to be careful what you do. Oh, thank you, Major. I was going to say lip balm again. Thank you, Major. Major face balm. That's a really good number. Happy birthday and many blessings, Dolly. Consider this a gift as a small token of my appreciation for your endless outpouring of love and light that has made you the crown chakra of this soul family. Oh, that's so cute. I know some people don't see that and they see something else, but that's just what is within them, you know. Not going to go into much of that, but thank you very much, and it's very much appreciated. Because for some reason I'm getting told that I'm stealing off people. I mean, I don't know how someone can put something in my super chat and then someone making something else up, but there you go. So thank you very much. That is a beautiful thing to do, and the number is fabulous. So that's thank you. Thank you. And I just put it towards things to bring to you, like decks and things, or, you know, whatever. But thank you very much. And I know, you know, I appreciate you lot as much as you appreciate me as well. And that's a beautiful thing. I am very proud of my chat. I am very proud of the people that come in. I think tonight's going to be a good chat because it's going to show things that maybe some of you didn't know. But I'm transparent. It's in my past videos. So if you didn't know, maybe you haven't seen all my videos, it's going to show if there's real unity going on right now, because we all know we're not in proper unity. This is not going to be proper unity till the world wakes up to what is happening now, prophesied in the prophecies. Then the real unity will come in the age of Aquarius, which I'll shout Mark Atwood's video out he did yesterday with a lovely woman called Lucy, who is Israeli. That's what I was talking about, Israel and stuff that people still don't get because they shout out stuff they don't know about all over the place. And it was definitely how I see the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius is air, it's very spiritual. We're rippling into it. We're not in the age of Aquarius right now. We're rippling into it, but it's giving people time. She's in about 14 years, which a lot of us know it's not going to be bang like that. But yeah, you just watched it. But we know it's giving time people to catch up, to do more of the spiritual practices, as in, you know, what they're eating, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. We all know this, and catching up on realizing that there is a world out there that is, or within us, we should say, that is non-physical, and getting on board with that. So they realize that labels and religions and things can be dropped, or you can be a part of something and be different, but realize we are all one, as we know, and we don't have to be arguing, because this is a lot that's been going on with, you know, people coming against my channel thinking it's, you know, looking different or sounding different means that you're something not of the light, which I talked about before, not going into that because it's all there. But basically, we know all this shit's going on, but it's giving people a chance to get the shit together spiritually as well, because we all know we're moving from the age of Pisces. That doesn't mean the people who are Pisces like me means that they were bad. Age of Pisces, just what Age of Pisces was about, the corruption, corporations, which we know are being brought down, governments, which we know are being brought down, presidents, which we know somebody's going to be the last president. We know why. That's what the age of Pisces is. It's not the people who are Piscean. A lot of Pisces are very spiritual, and a lot of people you see talking out like Infinite Waters, There's loads of people, they're all Piscean. It doesn't mean that. People get confused with that. It's the age of, we're going into the age of Aquarius, which is going to be the spiritual age where people start getting the shit together. But they've got to see the shit to get the shit together, and they've got to see the shit within them. That's why I put something up today on my community page, which I'm not going into because it's there for people to see. People cannot go around saying things and then expect someone else not to say something against it, and then they don't like it because someone said something. Like, I cannot defend myself or say something. If you don't like it, you shouldn't be putting it out. Be prepared for people to stand up for themselves when you're putting stuff out. So that's all I'm going to say on that, because this will be done and dusted by the end of this week, and people are going to realise why when I talk about something else that's going on with an energy thing. But, you know, if you're going to sit on YouTube and put things out about people, be prepared that people are going to come back and say something. And if you don't like that, you shouldn't be putting things out. But people need to get their own life. Yes, they do. Bit of feminine, they do. But that's people's thing to do. If that's what they choose to do, that is up to them. Like I said, the whole thing will be done and dusted. But like I said, I'm not a pushover. And I don't sit there when people have been putting really low blows out about what was written in them texts. So, you know, about stealing and this, that and the other, and it's like, put your money where your mouth is then. Get the police involved then, if that's what you think. So just saying, so that it's done. So timelines, and this is where all this comes in, and people can, you know, if people took the time out to realise what people were putting out, I've always been putting good stuff out. I don't need to validate myself to know that I've been on YouTube for, I don't know, a couple of years, and what I've been putting out is to help people. So people can't see that. Well, whatever. Not really interested in that side of it, because there's a lot of dark energies going on right now, and they are around and within people. So that's fine. Right, they allow certain people to talk about it and think, yeah, and it's just like, well, so am I. So the other day, I think it was a meditation. I know, thank you, Rainbow Wizard. I think I've tried to connect to you on thingy, on what's that thing we do? Exactly, and that's why when you know yourself, you know that they're going to stumble and trip up anyway, because exactly, it's ridiculous. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Angela. Keep sharing and creating the truth. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. I know I've always said the right people that come into my chat are the right people for me. Any people that go anywhere else are the right people for anyone else. I just know that I resonate with a lot of you lot, and I know that you will resonate with me. Maybe not on everything. I resonate with Mark Atwood's chat last night. Not everything, but most of it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to go and, like, you know, whatever. But tonight will prove a point. Tonight's chat will prove a point to me of what I'm going to bring out. If you don't know, but like I said, transparent, it's in the past if you go and look at my videos, unless they've been deleted, because they've deleted some more, which I put up today. I'm going to see how open-minded you all are, and truly how you can see about energy of the dark and light, the chat tonight. So it's going to be interesting, and you know, and all that sort of stuff. That's why I'm not working now, masks. I got terrible. Yeah. Yes, they do, Rainbow Wizard. Exactly. So let's get into this. So I think it was my birthday weekend, which I just spent relaxing most of the weekend because I was knackered. Hi, James. So I'm going to show you how this came in. Clear my throat. So I don't know how to explain this. I'm just going to do it the best way I can, coming from me. So the reason why we all talk about things and repeat it a lot is because there's a lot of people coming in and wanting to find and have solutions to help them. So this is why we do it. We come to your chat because we realise that you appreciate us not as much as we appreciate. Oh, thank you. I always call you Major Lip Balm, but you know. So I'm there. I think I was doing a meditation. I can't remember what I was doing anyway. This thing came. No, it wasn't. It was because I couldn't sleep, and then this thing came in. I thought, oh yeah. people may have done this themselves, but I'm just showing you this could help you. I've said to people, you know, get a journal. Get a journal is very important. Write stuff down. So let me, I thought I've got, oh yeah, I've got a pen. I'm going to have to draw this. Could get my big whiteboard out. Might get that out tonight. So I've just turned 44, number 8, infinity, just saying. And with all that we're looking at, we have to look at ourselves. So I'm like, right, how can I look at, you know, there's a lot of work I've been doing. There's a lot of work I still need to do myself. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. We're all doing it together. Everyone's had trauma. So this timeline came in. So I'm 44. It's normally the age around 40s, isn't it, where people think you're having a midlife crisis. You're not. It's just you're breaking yourself free from the indoctrination and you're having a breakthrough, not a breakdown. They say breakdown. I say breakthrough. So it was my Earthday, not birthday, because I don't like using the word birthday really, even though we do say it, because we were birthed on their sea law, maritime law. We want to be on land law. So I'll say Earthday. When I first came to Earth, and I was laughing the other day, through the porthole of my mother, yeah, is where my Earthday started. So we'll just put naught centre point where we all start on our journey of hero's journey that we're all on. And then I've got 44 over here. So there's me, Earthday, porthole, came to Earth. If anyone watched the film Soul, you'll know what I'm talking about. So for me personally, I'm not going to tell you personally what my things are, but I'm going to tell you how I sort of went along. I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to show you a bit. It's not for you lot to know, it's for you lot to do yourself. So I go, of what I can remember, around about, oh God, 5 maybe. I used to have, so you can write this down, I used to have recurring dreams about, I know this sounds mad, being in the playground and doing PE and going back and someone had nicked my clothes. So I had no clothes on apart from my vest and I was trying to pull my vest down. Yes, some get born in water bath. Some was born in a water bath. Recurring dream about someone had nicked my clothes and I only had a vest on and I was embarrassed, so I was trying to pull the vest down. Recurring dream all the time. I know what that's to do with. It's to do with confidence. I wasn't that confident when I was younger. Not as confident as I am now in myself. So I've got confidence there. I know looking back now. And then around about, see, we all have trauma. Doesn't matter what trauma you've all got it, small and big. But trauma's trauma, doesn't matter what it is. And then we've had pets. I don't know what age at, birds and different things. So, you know, around these younger years on your timeline, on your earth line, we've had pets that have died. So obviously, as a kid, that's traumatizing. More trauma. Our earth line is just full of trauma. But it is lessons. But you've got to look at them lessons. And then you have the whole thing around, I'm going to put secondary school because I can't really put an age on it. Secondary school. There was things going on at junior school and all that of like, you know, scared of talking out to the teachers in case I got something wrong. That's probably why I talk a lot now. Didn't want to speak, felt like, oh, can't speak and I don't want to look stupid, and I didn't really do well at school, but we all know that's an indoctrination anyway, so really, that's why I do better in the other stuff, unworldly, because I'm not really into the worldly stuff. And then there was all that sort of stuff going on with friends and falling out with friends and all that sort of stuff, which can be traumatic when you're young, because it is, because it feels traumatic when you're upset that you fell out with a mate and this, that and the other. Then secondary school was obviously boyfriends, and you can get bullied at school, and boyfriends, and thinking that the first boyfriend you thought you loved, which you don't even know what love is anyway, you know, you split up, and oh my God, it's the most traumatizing thing ever. You can laugh about when you look now, you're like, oh my God, it was the love of my life, and you look back, it wasn't. It was just that first experience you had. It's all about experiences on your earth line, and this is how we grow. Oh my God, you know, it was such a trauma and all that. I can laugh about it now, like flipping it. So you're having all this trauma. It doesn't have to be something massive, like someone will go, oh, this happened. Yes, some people have, as we've seen, bigger traumas than other, but really they're not, because it's all trauma, all gathered up. And then, around about 14, my mum and dad split up, and then they eventually got divorced. Well, that was a massive trauma. It was like, oh my God, you know. And in them days, when was it? The late 80s, early 90s, whatever it was, there wasn't that many people getting divorced. So you felt like, you know, so that was all traumatic. And then, you know, as you're growing up through your early teens and 18, 19 and 20, you're going through all them relationship things and more, you know, relationships, dating. Then I had my eldest at 22, and then we split up, and there's all that going on, and who's this and what's that, and trauma. And then, you know, you go through your life and friends may have passed and this, that, and the trauma. And then one of the biggest things I went through was around about 30, oh God, what, I'm 44 now, I don't know, late 30s, narcissistic relationship, then had my son. I have talked about this before, so I'm not going to talk about it now, because I don't need to harp on about the past, because it's irrelevant now, but I'm just saying on my earth line, massive big trauma there with abuse and everything. So that was all there. And then I woke up to the awakening of what was it, 2017? Well, 2016, 17, doing a bit on Tommy Robinson, then the letter You Know Who came along, which they keep deleting, and then that woke me up to the corruption of the physical material realm, which, yeah, we know about certain stuff like governments this, governments that, and they're not this and they're bad and they've got loads of money, but I mean the in-depth side of it, and that woke me up again. But that was massive trauma. That not really bothered what people think about it, woke me up to the biggest trauma in my life, which was like another dark night of the soul. Made me look at my past, future proofs past, everything I've been a part of, everything I've said, done, not realising or realising, oh my God, like what the actual fuck. Hang on 1 minute, because the sun is right in my eyeballs. I don't like sitting in the dark, but the sun's right in the eyes. So, and I know a lot of you are going to resonate with this. So when I went through that, it made me look at all that again, and I'm still looking at it now, and go, what the actual fuck is going on in this realm? What the actual fuck? Like, what the fuck? Got mad, got angry, wanted to shout about it to the world, which most people do and have done or did or are doing now, because we're all going through it at different stages. But that isn't my awakening with spirituality. That's always been there, and I'll be talking about that tonight. But I went through all the emotions, because you do. People are going through it now, or just come out the other end, because you can't stay in them. You do get angry at first. That's why people do certain things, and they go out protesting, and they do this and they do that, and they're angry, blah, 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 blah. You go through, there was a meme once, and you go through all that, all them emotions, and then hopefully, like I keep saying, you go down the rabbit holes and you come out the other end. If you stay in the rabbit holes, you're not really going to grow and go anywhere. You're just going to stay in the anger. We're not going to make a new world or way with anger. That's not how solutions come. You know, Luther Martin King, oh, what's his name? Martin Luther King, what's his name? Didn't do it through anger. They want us to do it in anger, and they want us to do it with violence. That's not the way. You can go through all them emotions, which we do, but when you realise that side is conquer and divide and so on and so forth, and the anger, then you realise you step away from it. It's not going to come with all that. It isn't going to come with all that, especially like with Aquarius coming in spiritually. That isn't hate, anger, fear, lack, all that stuff we talked about in the lower realms of energy, is not where we're coming from. Yeah, we can speak out about stuff, because this isn't the time for sitting and not speaking. And we all know that it's the time for the rise, and it is rising. Not in anger. People shouting out about people shouting out about me, thinking I'm some side of some massive big cult thing, and like, oh, you know, and it's like, I'm not an elite. I'm not so, yeah, people go on about money. It's like, what? Like, we're talking about wealthy, wealthy people who are greedy. We're not talking about everyday people who, yes, we do need money to survive. That's bollocks if you're saying it's not at the minute. Anyway, we're talking about these wealthy, greedy, very, very, very wealthy. Not people who've just got money. We're talking about people who've got money that don't need money because they've got that much money. You know, people getting confused. So all that went on. And it does go on with people, and a lot of other stuff goes along with that. But when you actually look at your own earth line and you can mark it off and be truthful with yourself, because nobody else needs to see it, and you can burn it after. Like I said, my friend did it, and she went through a timeline of her earth line, of her traumas, if you can remember them. And it made her upset. But I said, yeah, but you'll release it now. But then you work out what was it, and everyone's different, that if you can work it out. And I worked out for this person that it looked like, I'm not going to say what it was, that what went on in her past, it doesn't matter now because it's irrelevant, but was making her feel, because she felt a bit controlling over some areas in her life, and I think it was because she didn't have control of things that happened over a span of her earth time up to now, and that it made her feel unworthy. So if anyone gets what I'm saying. So I looked at mine and was like, oh my God, I realised what mine was. And mine was a self-confidence thing, but it was also for a fact a lack of love for myself, because I was always giving to other people, especially men, as in thinking a relationship would make me happy. And I've talked about this before. And if I give all to that person, then that's how it works. And if I give all to them, then I would be happy because they would be happy, and then learn that it's not. And I've always done that and found it hard to say no, because I've always tried to, a lot of people will resonate, try to be the fixer. You can't fix anybody, and we're not here to fix ourselves even. We're just here to, like I said about was it the Japanese tradition where they just paint your cracks up with gold and move on? It's lessons to learn. And I had to learn that I can't give everything to everyone. And I said to someone yesterday, my friend said, you have to have something in your life that you can hold on to. If you give absolutely everything to somebody, even someone you love, if they went or left this realm, and you have nothing because you don't know who you are, you don't know what you were into, what you loved, and you feel more grief because you're like, I haven't got anything. You know, I've given myself so much, and now I don't even know myself or what I love or what I love to do, because I just, you know, was giving all the time and give it all away. Like, for instance, example, I used to do my crafty stuff and certain things. This will come into a chat tonight because it all merges. And this person took me off my path, let's say, and certain things I was doing because it was all about them, and give me, and like sucking the life out of me, till I thought, Jesus, that when I did get rid of this person, and thank God I wasn't with them that long, it was a few years, but, you know, saw it and thought, what the hell, woke up and went, what are you doing? I was like, whoa, what was I doing? Now I've got to go and find myself. So then, and I had Finn as well. Finn wasn't even born when I split up. I was still pregnant, so I went through all of that trauma, blah, 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 blah. And then was on my own for 5 years, had a few dates, thought, no, this isn't for me, because I needed to find myself again. And that's why I know today I can talk about what I want to talk about. I can come from the heart and truth, because I've been there, done it, like most people have, and realise I am worthy, and I had to learn to love myself. So within them 5 years, it was hard, but I learned to love myself, and that's why hence now, the person that I'm with now came along at the right time for me and for him. We don't try and control each other. I still have my things that I love that are separate. I don't want to ever be joined at the hip, where you're just not you and you don't have that separate thing. You still need to have that separate thing and respect each other. So I think a lot of you will understand where I'm coming from, and I'm like, oh my God, my life lesson here this time round There's probably a lot more. On my Earthday was, oh my God, Janine, Dolly, you were you weren't loving yourself. You were giving it all away, and the universe kept smacking me in the head like, this will happen. You will have this sort of relationship because you are not listening, and you're not saying no. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to put boundaries up. I've talked about this, but I didn't, because, you like to believe the best in everyone. And I'm not saying everyone's bad, because it isn't. There's more good people out there than there's bad, but it's because people aren't understanding themselves, and they want, they think that because their way is their way, that everyone else to have, example, what's been going on, their way is their way, that everyone else has to do it their way. But it's like, no, but we're all different. You need to learn to respect people's differences and way of learning, and realise, it's balance. It's not you do it my way or my way and I'm not giving anything back. It's give and take. And that's why I had to learn that a lot of people were taking off me. So now I give, and we try and work it out and stuff, relationship wise, because we're not both into the same things totally. That's fine. But what I've realised is the practices that I love, my beliefs and my beliefs and my faith doesn't have to be the same as that person. But also I don't need it, but I need to I don't know what the right word is. Have that for myself, my sacred time, my thing, because that's my thing. No one can take that thing away from me, because if you let them take those things that you love away from you, I'm not talking about necessarily material things, I'm talking about the things within you that you love and the things that you want to bring out. If something happens, you're just like, who the fuck am I? Like, what did, like, I've let some person take over everything. When you're here to do your life and your life's purpose, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why, yeah, there's service to others, but it's not that way you actually give everything away and you let someone absolutely deplete your energy and your life because you think, oh, well, if I give all to them, it'll keep them happy. No way. So what you're saying in chat, no is a word we should practice. God, it is. No is a word, and it actually come up in this deck, which I'll show you in a bit. Dolly, good things are coming to you for a reason, for they are no such thing as coincidences. Yes, thank you, Major. Face bam. I'm going to call you face. I'll get your name right one day. I know, because, and it's not that ego thing. It's, I know, I believe in the law of one. It's what you put out, you bring back. So that's why I always say, I see good people in my chat because I know what I'm putting out. I don't need validation, though I get validation. It's like I've had so many messages of, what is it when you're putting something out and people come and they put on a business, like what you've made, like, how would you say, like a reference, not references, of what people say. I don't need to know if anybody else out there who doesn't like me, doesn't like my channel, thinks I'm all evil. I don't need validation that that's what they think. That's what they think. I know who I am inside, and I'm very confident with that knowing. So, that's fine. A good way to get rid of enneagrams is to write every negative event down. Yeah, and if you haven't got some reason, yeah, burn it on a piece of paper. And I've said that before. That's why I said that's why there's a cauldron in the garden. If ever in summer when the weather's better, I want to get rid of something, I write it down and put it in a cauldron. Obviously, it's not going to burn. It's just an aesthetic. I just like the look. Burn it. It's fire magic, elemental. But yeah, and I know that a lot of you will resonate. Wow, synchronicity, I always call myself the fixer since a child. There's a lot of people that are like that. You think you're a fixer and you think you're made to fix people. That's why I came on YouTube to try and, if you look at my very first chat, I realised I can't fix anyone. I can only put guidance out of how I've not fixed myself, but learnt my lessons. I'm still learning, because you'll be doing that till the day you pass over to the next form of energy or whatever you want to say. Come back and learn something else. But in this life, on this earth timeline of mine, I know that this is what it's about. And I'm still working on myself. Everybody is. It's a soul development. It's also a human development. And a lot of people have that, I think came here to fix someone, or my partner. Yeah, it's all right. I'll let them treat me like that, because if I'm nice to them, it's okay. They'll, or I'll try and control them, and it's not about that. They can only do it themselves. I started writing a book a couple of years ago, My Memories, Life Experiences that I learned something from, to give to my daughter a bit project was that I wasn't well, that's funny, Rainbow Warrior, because the chat I'll be talking about tonight will sort of say that about writing things down. You know, I've always said about journals is a good thing to leave that people can see, or kids and stuff, you know. What else are you all saying? I resonate with all you've said. Thank you, Alyssa. I knew people would, because I know people are on the journey. People are on individual journeys, but they will sync with certain experiences because we all have similar experiences. There's people out there who are having similar experiences, but they want to call people out to say that their experiences are not real and they're fake. But if you know that most of us are having the same experience, because it's all energy, and we you know, there's some of us that you'll resonate with what I look to hear. Some other people will be energies of they felt unworthy or they were out of control, and that's why they try to control things now. And that's why I believe a lot of narcissists who come in try and control, because maybe something in the past where they couldn't control it, so they try and control the people in their life and around them, so on and so forth. It's so easy to look at, really. Personally, I think it's not that hard to look at, but I just knew people would resonate, you know, and that's why I say, if people, like what I put on my community space today, when I had a bit of a rant about that, when you see people having the same experiences, we all club together and all like, oh yeah, wow, I've had the same experience. We don't go saying, oh, somebody's not real, or somebody's not, you know, that, ooh, stealing somebody else's whatever. It's like, no, the collective is having that experience as well. Oh, bye, yeah, as he just got up. See you later, Indigo Ray. So, you know, there's all that stuff going on. But when people, the biggest thing is, I say, is when people see there's a resonance and there's someone's resonating with what you're saying, then in these times, it helps people to see what's going on, because you're seeing that people are, oh my God, Dolly or someone over there or someone else. It's not just me, you know, loads of people are. Wherever you go, you know, certain channels you go to, wherever you go, or outside, doesn't matter where it is, outside world, on YouTube, wherever, you know, there ain't just a YouTube world, there's a whole world out there, people. You will resonate and go, oh my God, I've been going through that too. So it helps people realise what we're all going through with the energies and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? That's why I'm on YouTube, not any other reason. What would you think about a person who saw the Bible as a book of spells used for control and burned it? Why would you burn it? It's a book of the stars to me, each to their own perception, but I'll be talking about that tonight. But I don't know, is that what you do? Have you burnt the Bible? I haven't got a clue. I personally don't go around burning the Bible, so I think the Bible's beautiful when it's read the right way. There's a lot of books out there and scriptures that are beautiful, and when you actually look into them, they've got a lot of same things in them, really, just different names and different things. But, you know, I don't know. You're all making spells every day when you're talking and writing things down, spellings. So I don't know, is that what you do? Is that what you do? I haven't got a clue. If that's what you do, I don't know what to say. If you feel like that's the good thing to do, then so be it. Haven't got a clue. It's not something I do. I've got the Bible downstairs, thank you very much. I've got a few books of different things, you know. It's nice to question everything, and it's nice to look into different things, you know. Not yet. Oh, you've not burned it yet. Well, you know, you go. Well, it is a beautiful book, but to me, it's how you read it. You know, we know there's a lot of things been twisted. We know there's man-made religion, and all that. But I will be sort of talking about that tonight, because it does go in with the chat that I'm talking about tonight. But, you know, I don't know. I never understood what could be possible about burning any book. It only limits your perspective. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that go on about, oh, you shouldn't be reading books, and where do you think all book burnings came from? They didn't want people to know certain knowledges. Yes, we have knowledge within us, but we still seek that, because sometimes we read stuff and we're like, oh my God, that was what I was bringing in and thinking. And, you know, we know they've twisted certain stuff. That's nothing new out there. Nothing new. But yeah, that's why they want you all on bloody Amazon, bloody Kindle. Kindle. What does Kindle stand for? Kindling, burning. They want you off real books. And it's hard to find older books, because it's easy to twist the truth. If you find an old book with truth in it, it's pretty hard to twist the truth if it's written there. And a lot of people will put it in fiction. But if it's on Kindle, that's why I don't like things like that. I like reading, I like having a book in my hand, a real book. I like the paper and the earthly and like real paper. They can rewrite certain, well, we know they're rewriting history, but they can rewrite certain things very easily because it's computerized, so it's easier for them to do that. So if you think of Kindle, you're reading off a Kindle, symbol, book burning, and you're buying it off Amazon, what the Amazon rainforest, do you know what I'm saying? So that's what kids will know, and if, well, they won't because things are turning the right way around, but they would have known, what's Amazon? Oh, it was a massive, big rainforest. Oh, was it? We only knew Amazon as Amazon where you buy things. Yeah, well, I've had depression major now, but you lift us up, Janine, truly. Thank you, Linda. As again, I know beautiful souls in chat know what I'm doing, and that's why nothing that anybody says about me out there really truly affects me. I can shout things out to say what it is, but it doesn't, because I know what I'm doing. And for those that I have helped with whatever the hell I've been talking about, I'm glad, because then you will go on to help someone else because you're feeling better and you're in a better frequency, and that will rub off on someone else, and so far and so far. People I piss off, because there will be people I piss off, that's up to them. A lot of people talk about people being false and this, that and the other, and they can't be that positive because they're not happy in their lives. Like I said before, I never said my life was perfect. Nobody's is. But you choose to be in the frequency you choose to be in every day. Doesn't mean shit doesn't happen. It happens every day. But it gets easier when you learn about what energies are coming in, blah, 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 how people affect you, how not to listen to other people's shit because it ain't your shit, it's their shit, no matter what they're saying. And that's it, basically. It's not hard. But things will bring you down and you will feel depressed. And depression to me is a lot when you go on about the past and you sit in the past and you've just got to let it go. It's not the now. The now is now. That's gone. Like I said, you look at your timeline. You could try and work out on here what it is, release it and let it go. If anyone wants help with this, you can always get in contact with me on my email. If anyone can put it in chat, I don't know, I'll have to link it up, or go to Instagram in private message and I can help you out of it to maybe look at what we think it is. And then if you can look at that, it could upset you, but that's a breakthrough of letting it go. Like I said, you go through your timeline from when you were born to now. You be truthful with yourself. No one else has to see it. You go through the what's happened to you, what's traumatized you. It could be little things like you had pets, but they're all traumatic, like I've just said at the beginning. And then you can try and work out what it actually was, different things. And you sort of look back and go, oh my God, that's what I need to look at the opposite now and work towards that, let that go. I know I've got to talk more about self-love and stuff like that, which I have been talking about. And there's many beautiful things that I'm going to bring to the channel. Some people might not like it, but if you don't like it, you can go elsewhere. That's fine. It's your choice. But I'm just going to bring what I bring because at the end of the day, I know what I'm about. I know what I want to bring. And I'm just bringing the true me. And if you want to see the consistency of what I do, go back to my very first video. The number letter of you know who, they're taking them down, a few of them, but whatever. And you will see, it doesn't matter what I've been talking about, there's a continuation of uplifting people. Nothing has really changed, doesn't matter what I'm talking about. And the chat that I'm talking about tonight on the occult, don't get triggered, is back in my videos as well. This, if you're religious, you may say something different. This is not a scary symbol. They use it this way. Democrats use it that way. I respect people who are Catholic. I respect people who are Christian, whatever, come from a religion or not. It's just when it's too man-made and too like blah, blah, blah. I just think, but I do respect it. And loads of, especially in America, Christian people, beautiful people who go to church. Doesn't mean, you know, a lot of people shouting out there, oh, church is bad. Yeah, we know there's an insidious side on all sides where they got into everything that was good. But it doesn't mean everybody who's into that is not good, because they are goodly, godly people. So I respect all of that. All religions, as long as it doesn't matter if the religions were coming away from certain things, but if you're coming from the heart and you're good, and you can see that in every sort of belief, then fanfare am, you know, that's fine. Indigo rays. I always had dreams of aliens and saw holograms before falling asleep after I looked through a wall as a child. Love watching She-Ra, the 80s healing. Oh my god, yeah. That's beautiful, Angela. And I always think She-Ra because He-Man said, I have the power, and She-Ra said, because we are going into the age of the feminine, it's going to be a lot more feminine leaders out of the man-made. I am the power. So He-Man said, I have the power. And She-Ra said, I am the power. And I will be explaining tonight what I believe God is and all that. So I can still say that word. But I prefer to say source because I don't actually think it's a guy. And I don't actually think it's just a masculine energy as I see it. It's both, because there's masculine and feminine in everything. Energy in everything. So that'll be explained tonight. It'll be explained where I came through it all, the gorgeous people that I came across and still really respect, and I'm going to be bringing a lot more of it in, so it's going to be fun and maybe relearning for people who don't understand about it, but I will always bring my passions forward, and one of my passions was this, till I got a little bit distracted with the whole awakening of that was going on, that I'm still a part of because I can see what's coming, but I have to bring the passion of what, you know, what helps people. So yeah, you can tell just by your artwork that a good soul you are. It shines through in your paintings, and how lovely little. Thank you. And I know that as well. Like I said, I don't need validation, but I'm glad you see it. It is in my artwork. It's in my son's artwork. It's in my house. It's everywhere. Like I said, it's not because my life's not perfect, but I choose to be in a state of just a high frequency. Doesn't mean I don't get knocked down sometimes. I do. We all get tired and stuff, but yeah, it's in my artwork. When I paint and draw, that's how source comes through you, and it comes out through me using my vessel, using this onto paper. That's how I see it. If people see that different, that's up to them. There'll always be naysayers and stuff like that. That'll always be there because we live in a world of duality. So, you know. Yeah, I mean, James, a lot of people probably will, and a lot of people probably won't because of certain things they're looking at. But the church is within you. Your temple is within you. My church is nature. But it's like I said before, it would be great if people did that. Not in the man-made of someone telling you have to do something, but in the sense of, you know, the community, and, you know, people go there to be with other people and to communicate and, you know, all that sort of good stuff, which they would have gone there for, even though we know there's some dark forces that got in other areas of it, but that doesn't mean it's ever church. But I do think people will, you know, but this is where the whole thing comes out with, people shouldn't be arguing about what you believe in as long as it's coming from the good, you know. Yeah, church is in your heart, exactly. Church is within you, are the temple. You don't need to go to a church, but people will because they want to meet people, so that's fine as well. That's beautiful as well. And really, I believe in the future, if people still hold on to that whole thing of church, it will renew itself, and it'll be the true teachings, and whatever you choose, because it's what you choose. No one's here to tell you can't go here, you can't do that. It's just, if you know it's coming from a loving energy, then that's fine. But that will be in the chat tonight, so that will be thrown out there. So before I go, I've got some cards to show you that came out this morning. But ones that came out last night just really made me laugh. Did really make me laugh because I've got these the light worker cards, because a lot of people who think they're the only ones out there, and it's like, no. We got you're already doing it. These were for me, by the way. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Your true north is the North Star, which is the truth of your moral compass. And then I got no, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Remember what I said about saying no before? You don't always have to say yes. You don't always have to put up with stuff either. Always felt I didn't need to go to church. I hold my beliefs with me and I don't need to pay to listen to. Yeah, and Crystal Fizz, everyone will be each to their own, and that's, you know, fine. But if you choose to do that, that's fine as well. And that's where people have got to come into. It doesn't mean someone's right or wrong or bad or good. And then we've got yes, just say yes. This reminds me of Trinity. It reminds me of Mother Maiden Crone energy. You go through certain stages on my earth path. I've gone through Maiden. I've gone through Mother. I'll be going into the Crone soon, that energy, and you get more wiser as you go along, obviously. Then you've got Warrior Woman. Well, I don't take no shit. Have you answered your deepest calling? It's still ongoing. And then I've got longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And then, which made me laugh, get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. That's why they don't want you going out there, but you should be out there. I was just sat in the sun before and I'm going to go and do it in a minute. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. I am the oracle, and you're the oracle, and everyone else is their own oracle. And then the Great Gathering, well, no shit, Sherlock. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. We've all got a soul tribe. Everyone's finding the soul tribe. It doesn't mean there's one massive soul tribe at the minute, but we're all finding individual soul tribes, and that's fine. And then the other cards I got in were really beautiful. I'm true north, strong and well. Yeah. From my Lightseers tarot deck, we got I was asking like what's going on, and this was for me again, but it will be in the collective. Wizard, I believe people get washed with the word they see, hope, love and light and truth, and helps them to the light to hang on and make a better world a difference while you're here in the when you put it all together it does help, you know what I mean. So we got I'll show you the first three cards. I got this. So we got the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles, which is earthly. This is to do with thoughts and thinking, and you could say spiritualness, the swords, because it's air as well, element of air. But this is to do with, I'll put the story together. You've got to be careful what you're thinking. You've got to get all your thoughts and into perspective and realise what it is that you're thinking. Not things that are coming in and telling you and whispering to you. Climb up that ladder of success. Climb up that Jacob's ladder. Higher states of consciousness. We're spiralling up, not down. Bringing that light in. So know who you are and what your true thoughts and energy are, and then move forward with it. I said this one, the Knight of Swords is thoughts again. Go to what you are doing, what you're believing into. Red means movement, action. Take the action of your thoughts that you're bringing into. Like I said, if you've got projects, this, that, and the other, and things, move towards that. Move forward. We're not going back. This guy's running forward. He's like, yeah, see ya. And then, and it links up with the Three of Pentacles, which can do with abundance, money, earthly things, the material world. This person's making something. They're building this foundation together. They're building this foundation together. Business, something you're working on, something you're bringing in, your intentions. You're not letting other people's thoughts, because this is air, affect the foundation that you're bringing in to manifest right now. So that moves on with these two energies came in, which was for the Emperor. You know what you're about. You hold the chess piece on your game in life. You can make that move when you want to. Source is coming in, that divine energy, red, movement, action. You can take action at any time because you hold the last piece in the game, because it's your game and it's your book of life. You're pretty chilled out at the moment. A bit like we said with the you know who, we're like, that movement, we're like, well, we know. And when you can get all your shit together, You will have 6, the Lovers, a divine union to me of, yeah, it could be a relationship, but at the end of the day, it's also that thing of divine communion with yourself, masculine and feminine energies, the Merkaba's there, merging as above, so below, merging together as one, not being separated, but that beautiful divine union, which is going on, you could say, with the energies of you knowing what the energies are, and all that beautifulness anyway of the Lovers. And I was talking about love before, self-love, all that sort of stuff going on, very beautiful. And then we got my new chakra cards, which were beautiful. Ask for the energies of what's going on around us now. Again, perseverance. You persevere with you and your truth and what you believe. You persevere with that intention that you want to bring in, that dream, that vision that you see. Not of other people. You, what you want to bring into this world, what you want to shine to people, you know. The perseverance of moving forward and bringing it in, so you have growth. We got this the other day, soul growth, human growth, growth to move forward. She's letting go of this cape that's got holes in it, letting go. We're not interested, you know, we're moving forward. And then prayer, well, yeah, prayer, intentions, magic, whatever that you're bringing in, that you put out, the good intentions that will move you forward and will come into your life. As I said, the law of one, what you put out is what you'll get back. What are you praying for? Are you praying for good intentions for people? Healing of the world? I do. It's not just about me. I do put those intentions out for everybody. I do put that out. But it's like, what are you wishing for? You know, someone's put a prayer here where concrete city, but maybe they're dreaming of living in the country. Whatever it is, but you're also doing it, you know, for the way of the world. But, you know, perseverance. With perseverance, you will grow, you know. And when you're bringing these, it's a bit like you will grow, your prayers will be answered. Your intentions of what you're putting out, law of one. This isn't about arguing the toss with other people. This is about soul growth. This is why I put that stuff up that people don't understand. There's energies everywhere. What are you doing right now that is inspiring others? Trying to trash somebody is not inspiring others. I'm not trying to trash anyone. I'm just showing the energies that are going on within people at the minute. Proven. That's not getting at our person, it's getting at the energies. What are you doing? What are you passionate about? We're not using YouTube as a court playground of like ping-ponging and using it to throw everything out of a form of communication, of therapy, because that's not good. You will get people coming over, you will get people that see vulnerable people and will want to go against it because that's what some people are like. So if that person's watching, it's not a form of therapy. That is not what YouTube's for. It's not going to help you. I feel sorry for that energy. It is not. If you're on, to me, if you're on the tube, you're putting your passions out, you're shining a light to help people. You are not using it as something to get in contact with people that you don't truly know. You know, people aren't your friends on YouTube. Yes, I have a beautiful chat. I speak to a lot of people in chat, but people have got to understand, if you think people are doing stuff to you, maybe it's because you're putting it out to the wrong place where people will take advantage. I know that because it's happened before, and I've actually met people off here. Not, you know, not everybody's bad, but if anyone understands what I'm saying, it's not about that. It's about inspiring, lifting, showing what and this is to that energy. Hi, Red Pill Phil. Showing what you may have come through and using it as a device to pull out an energy that can inspire others to something you may have gone through, but not in the like, that's in the past, but working towards something. Hi, Red Pill Phil. Time for the rising dollar. You go, loving the energy of your channel. Thank you, Red Pill Phil. That's where people have got to go. It's solutions. It's not about tit-tat, this, that, and the other. This person's doing this, and oh, this person looks different, so therefore they can't be this and they can't be that. No, you can be different, but you have got to look at yourself and you've got to think, right, I've got a platform. What am I going to use it for? What have I been using it for? I know what I've been using it for. But at the same time, I won't take no shit of people trying to put, you know, untruths out there. Might be true to them, but untruths out there, you know. But like I said, it's not going to be raised again because you'll know why maybe in a few weeks of something to do with energy. But yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, James. If you feel like you haven't got friends, you'll chat to people in here, but you just need to know when you're doing the work on yourself. And if you join me tonight, you might understand a practice of something in. None of that really matters at the minute. Yes, it's hard because you want to speak to people, but if you're seeing people around you at the minute that aren't on that path yet and they're not understanding you, that's why it's hard sometimes. Just know at some point, sometimes you will see a change because there's a massive change coming. There's a lot of people changing with different things, but just know, this is why I'm always saying, go to the channels and things where you know you can sit and resonate and you can talk to people and things might help you out. This time is to work on yourself. It's about soul and human development. And when you've been given the time in so-called lockdown to do this, you've got the time to do it. Switch off your TVs and start working on yourself, and then the right people will come in because you'll start resonating and pulling those. You're like a magnet. You will start pulling those people in, new friends, new ways, new beings. Hi, Alchemy of Life. Whoop whoop whoop. Happy belated birthday. Oh, I'm glad you're in Alchemy of Life. I'm talking about alchemy tonight and witchcraft the occult, paganism and Wicca, because people get mixed up with it. You know, it's not nothing I've talked about before, as you will know. But I think people need to understand why they get so scared about it and why they think it's something bad when there's dark and light and everything. If there's dark witches, then obviously there's light witches, isn't there? And what this symbol means to me and why people get so freaked out about it. You're all witches and wizards. You all create your own reality. So it's all energy, baby. It's all alchemy. It's all alchemy. So yeah, you're a wizard, James. You're a wizard, James. You can be a wizard and still believe in God. I believe in God, source, I like to call it. Here. Yeah, so, like I said, Dolly, you inspire us to be our best. Yeah, Jamon, that's what it's about. It's inspiring you to be you, the true you. I'm going to talk about a passion of mine tonight because it's me. If people don't like it, fanfare. It's not you, so don't get offended, but it's me, so I'm just being me. And I've always just been me. And if I want to move from it in the future, I can move from it. If I don't, I don't. That's fine. Whatever takes me fancy. But there's something behind it that will be in the story tonight of my story. Nobody else's story, it's just mine, and I'm just going to share it. So I'm going to go and enjoy the last bit of the sunshine. It's absolutely beautiful out there, isn't it, Red Pill Phil? Because you live right near me. And yeah, I might speak to you in a bit. But yeah, so I just wanted to say, that is a timeline work you could do if you just come in, go back to the beginning of the timeline of your Earthday and maybe where your traumas have come from and how you can look at traumas and see what you're actually here for. The lessons you're here to to let go of, to see what your life lesson may be. There's a lot of them, but one of the main ones, and you're like, oh my God, what have I been doing all my life? And you can laugh about it and let it go. So I'm off to get on my broomstick, and I'll see you later.